Hello everyone and welcome to this video about iTero, specifically the statistic page of iTero, which I really enjoy. I've been using iTero for my Korea climb, where I reached 1.1k LP with a 65% win rate, and the statistics page specifically helped me a lot by kind of seeing where I went wrong, what I could do better, and even now after I come home from the climb, I can still use the statistics, which I find really nice. iTero has the most statistics out of any kind of service that is out there for League of Legends. So you can make sure that you get the best and the most accurate information, as well as the most information. So if you start on the statistics page here, you can see they're simplified and detailed. I'll start with a simplified page here where you can kind of get complimented or flamed by iTero. So I'll click the flame me button here, and you go to kind of the dangerous side of it, so to say, and kind of the improvement side of it. So let's see what it says. Such bad communication skills. I heard that they can't even order pizza over the phone. Pretty accurate. I do order online, so to say. And this is kind of where you have your most notorious statistics. So you have the kind of bad stats and things you can work on, and kind of you can see easily if you're the highest on games surrendered, which I am. I'm highest 4th percentile on games surrendered, XP per minute, assists, etc. And something I really like about iTero is that you can compare it to people that you put on your leaderboard. So, for example, I put G2 Smoker, which is Mickey X, and Lehens, and I can kind of contrast to them. So I can see the things that they're bad. So Mickey X likes to die in the jungle a lot. That sounds pretty accurate. And then for Lehens, he dies a lot in the top lane in the jungle and as first blood. So you can kind of compare your statistics to other people. And then if you change it to compliment me, kind of the positive side, you can see things you do really well. So, for example, I don't die that much to solo kills, and I also get first blood kills and assists very often. Mickey X, for example, he gets a lot of kills under enemy tower, and so on. So, for me, this is pretty useful just to kind of get a quick glance of things you're good at and things you're not that good at. And if we scroll down, there's obviously way more statistics here. This is a simplified page, so it's kind of good to get a very easy and quick grasp of what you're doing well and not so well. You can see resource, combat, objective vision, etc. There's a lot of statistics here, and what I'm destroying, towers, monsters, players. I would hope that this players one is a bit higher, but it's not that high compared to Mickey X, who loves to kill people. It's pretty high. So yeah, there's a lot of stats here on the simplified stats page. I like it just to kind of go in there and see, okay, I'm kind of griefing on this. I need to improve it, and kind of go from there. But it's very enjoyable in general. And then if you go to the detailed page here, this is where kind of the magic happens, so to say. I think this is the best part about iTero. What I really like is that you can sort as well from high to low, low to high. So for example, if I sort from high to low, I can see the things I'm very good at, so to say. I wouldn't want to be very good at games surrendered, but that's my best stat on iTero, unfortunately. And if we click in on it, you can see it tracks the past 100 games here. And I surrender 32% of my games in Korea. Even though I am not the one initiating a lot of these surrender votes, I guess they just kind of go through. As we know, Korea is kind of the FF15 mentality. Even Lehens and Mickey X, as you can see here on the top right corner as well, have 24 and 22 respectively. And you can also just kind of go into different statistics that you find interesting or that you find maybe you need to work on, and then compare them to other people. So support item words, for example, I can see here my elo average is around 17, and I have 21.6. And then you can also see Mickey X and Lens. I'm kind of in the middle there of the amount of times I put my words. So I think this is really useful. You can kind of track how you're doing against your competition and against other people that you find really good at the game. And then if we sort it from low to high, obviously you will see things that you're not doing so well. So for example, I don't get that much XP. You can see it's under the elo average, and also lower than Mickey X and Lehens. And I think this is really useful because you can see trends. Like for example, I can see now over the past 100 games, I'm getting less and less experience. So I can kind of go through the VOD and see why that is, and why I'm losing XP, or maybe things I'm doing wrong, and kind of go from there. And I think iTero provides you with a lot of tools that can help you grow as a player and kind of make you see things that you don't really think about. I think that's very useful as a player because you get a lot of habits, and if you can just see clearly, I'm very bad at this, I need to improve on this, it adds a lot of impact to your games in general. So that's something I really like. And then obviously here as well have different time frames. So for example, if I sort high to low, then I can see early game what I do really well. So I'm highest 5th percentile on support item boards. You can see me, Mickey, and Lehens are all on this. We just get our support items very quick in general, right? Recalls, I think this one is pretty interesting. It's how many times you recall. So I recall from 0 to 7 minutes, kind of, what is it, like 30% more than Mickey X, which I find pretty interesting. I recall more than the ELO average as well, as you can see here as well. So that's also something I can go into a VOD then after and check. Why do I recall so much? What am I doing with my gold? How am I spending it, etc. I think especially when you sort it from low to high, for example, that's in the bottom lane. If you sort from low to high, you can click in and see the amount of times you died in bottom lane, right? I don't have that many deaths, and they're going down with the amount of games I play. So the higher rank I get, the less I die. And something that I really like as well is that you can scroll down and you can see your most recent games and how many times you've died in the bot lane. And you can kind of click in on them as well and see that. So that's also something that's very valuable. In the next video, I'm going to cover the AI coach, which is another great part of iTero, which also includes the drafting coach and the macro coach. In general, those tools help you kind of put these stats into use by itself. They kind of just help guide you in the direction. If you're not sure kind of how to interpret your stats, they kind of give you a more easy to follow direction. And it's something that even as a pro player myself, I've enjoyed doing and watching the AI coach and kind of what it tells me to do and things it tells me that I'm not doing so well and so on. So in general, check out iTero. There will be a link in the description. Try it out and kind of test for yourself and try to use the statistics to your advantage. Sometimes when there's a lot of statistics, you kind of get lost in the sauce, so to say, but especially with the AI coach, it helps you kind of direct these stats into something that's tangible and can easily help you improve at League of Legends. So I definitely recommend it. Go check it out.